Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Emmanuel, and in this video we'll be talking about colors in CSS. Now, we've already seen the most common way of using colors in CSS, and that's by directly naming them. So let's check that out again. If we say color is going to be green, then our color for the paragraph will be full-blown green, or almost full-blown green. Then we have all these other different kind of namings, like simple ones: blue, red, gray, light gray, black, white, and so on. But we also have some more interesting ones like fuchsia, which is a pink. Now we have a lot of these colors by names. And by the way, don't be afraid of this this thing down here. It's the developer tools. We'll be seeing a lot more of it in later lessons, especially in the end of intermediate and advanced sections. So we can see with the autocomplete a lot of these names, like this one, which I don't even know how to pronounce, blank almond, which is something very light. And with this example, you can see the problem with these naming conventions, that, you know, they're fuzzy. Dark red is self-explanatory. Dark salmon is going to be kind of a darker light orange. But the problem with these naming conventions is that you're not going to remember them. Like moccasin, you know, this resembles nothing except maybe the color of your shoes. So don't use these kind of naming conventions. The only reason I was using them is because it's really quick to show something when I say red and everybody knows what that means. So, you know, it's red. And the other scenario when you're going to use it is going to be when you try to test stuff. If the border is actually there, or if some element is actually there, you can quickly put a background color of red or green or blue, and then you immediately see it because it pops out. So we'll not be using this system that much except in the tutorials and in some testing environments. Now let's go to the second way, which is the main way of writing colors in CSS, and that's called hex colors. And the way to find hex colors is you put a hash symbol or a pound symbol, and then you start writing. And you have to write 6 characters. And the reason why there's 6, and I'm going to write them incorrectly right now, so you have to write them together, just so you know. But the reason I separated them is just so you can see that this is how much information is going to be on the red channel. The second FF is going to be on the green channel, and the third one is going to be what's on the blue channel. And the way this is defined is from 00, which is pure black, to FF, which is pure white. So if we want to have a pure black, then we'll write 00, 00, 00. And if we refresh, we're going to see that it's completely black. If we want to have full white, then we have FF, FF, FF. And then we have full white. You can't see it because the background is white as well. Now, another trick that you can use with the hex color system is this one. Let's separate them again so it's easier to follow up. In this case, we're kind of duplicating stuff because we have FF, FF, FF. And the way you could write it on shorthand is with 3 Fs. So if you know that these 2 characters are going to be the same on this channel, and these ones on this channel, and these ones on this channel, then you can write the shorthand version of this by saying only those 3 characters, letters or numbers. So if we want something like, let's say I want to put pure green in there, then we're going to say 0F0. and if we refresh, we have full green. And this is the equivalent of 0, 0, FF, and 0, 0. I hope that made sense. If not, you're gonna get it in time. It's pretty basic. It's easy to use. So it goes from 0 to 9, and on each of them, and then the next level is A to F. And that's hex colors in a nutshell. Now, the third way of writing colors in CSS is the RGB system, not the RGBA. We're gonna check that out in a few minutes. So RGB is, of course, the way color works on your screen. You have information on your red channel, your green channel, and your blue channel. And this one is different from the hex because it ranges from 0 to 255 on each channel. So now we added 0 information on the red channel, and we said full-blown green and full-blown blue, and that's going to give us this cyan color. And that's about it for this RGB. It's really simple. Now there is a secondary way of writing RGB, as I've mistyped earlier, and that is RGBA. And that just adds an extra layer on the alpha channel, and the alpha channel is fancy word for transparency. So if you want something to be half transparent or half opaque, I think it will be half opaque, then you would put 0.5. So you saw from the bright cyan that we had before, now it's a more mild cyan. You can't really see a difference because we have a white background, but that's what's happening back there. So RGB and RGBA, really simple. But now comes the more interesting color system, and that is the tongue twisting HSL. And this stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. Now, this is a little bit more complicated to write, and I think that's why you don't see that many people using HSL in CSS, or at least I haven't seen that many. And the reason is because it's more complicated. So on the H channel, you have to put data from 0 to 360. And fortunately, I found a really good image that showcases how you could imagine this. And this image is thanks to Web Design 236. And if we look at this main triangle in the middle, the bolded one, we can see that we have red here with 0 degrees, so the value of 0. Then we have green with 120 degrees. And then we have blue at 240. So instead of going clockwise, in this case, you have to imagine it counterclockwise. This is the best image that I found, which also has the numbering on it. Now, if you want to write red, you're gonna say 0. If you want to write orange, it's 30. 60 for yellow, 90 for lime, 120 for green. I consider this lime, not this one, and so on and so forth. So that's the way the hue channel works. So now if we go back and we say, let's put 120, so we keep with the green. Right now we have full-blown green, but then we have to define the saturation of the green. So the saturation ranges from 0% to 100%. If we want it to be really bright, we're going to put 100%. Then the third channel is the lightness. And in the lightness value, it's also in percentages from 0 to 100%. And that's maybe why HSL is annoying, because if I put 0%, then it's going to be white and nothing else. And to actually get the real color, you have to put 50%, not 100%, because 100% will be pure white. And I think I might have said the other way around. 0% is full black, 100% is pure white. And if you want the pure color, you have to say 50%. So that's why this is, oh, not this web page, the other one. And that might be the reason why HSL is not that used, because of this system. Because you have to think in the color palette, the color wheel, Then you have to think in the saturation, which goes from 0 to 100%, and then the lightness kind of bums you out because you have to say, okay, maybe I want it to be 20%, so I want it to be a darker green. So that might be kind of a turn off in the way of how you have to think about it, because you have to jump it in different directions. But that's it for the HSL. And the secondary way, just like RGB has its alpha channel, HSL also has an alpha channel, and it functions the exact same way. If you want it to be 0.5, then it's going to be half opaque. So let's make a quick recap of the ways that you write colors in CSS. We have normal naming with actual color names. Then we have hex color, and if we want the full-blown green, we have to write 0f0 or 00ff00. Then we have the RGB system, where we have to write from 0 to 255, so 0, 255, 0. Then the sub method, it's actually not exactly a sub method, but another property or value would be RGBA, which adds the alpha channel, and let's put that in as being 1. And then the fourth main way is HSL, and for this we set 120 and then 100% and 50%, and then we also have the HSLA with, let me just copy paste this might be a little bit quicker, and 1. So these are the 4 main coloring systems with the optional alpha channel for each of them. Now that was it for the for how you write colors in CSS. If there was anything that you didn't understand, please leave me a comment in the comments below, and I will see you in the next lesson. We'll be talking about how to write fonts and all the different kind of font properties that we have available in CSS.